What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the first video in a brand new series that Matt from the Scale Builders Guild and myself will be collaborating on. This is going to be the monthly Mayhem series. Now, these series are going to be 1 month long and they're going to consist of a challenge with a certain goal. Now, for the first season, we're going to be taking these brand new Axial SCX10-ii Deadbolts and we're going to be turning them into top speed cars. Now, just like the budget build, Matt and I will both be uploading videos every Wednesday, and you'll have this intro video and then 4 videos following it in the normal update style. In addition to that, we'll also be adding some Friday vlog style videos, just kind of with updates and reactions and what we're going to be doing to the cars during that time, but it won't be as formal as the videos that we'll be posting every Wednesday. So if you like the idea of the series, hit the subscribe button, make sure to like the videos if you enjoy them as well. And let's get into the details as far as what this challenge is, what the rules we've put down together are, and finally, we're going to do a baseline speed of this stock Axial SCX10-ii Deadbolt. So getting into the details and the rules that Matt and I have agreed upon for this first challenge. The ultimate goal is to make the highest top speed that we possibly can with this platform. Now, there is no budget restrictions and we're not trying to go in like a scale quarter mile. It's just the fastest possible top speed that'll be measured with GPS, and we'll do back-to-back Bonneville style speed runs, averaging the top speed of each. The rules and restrictions that we put on here is that this car has to stay with the Axial AR44 style axles, meaning that we have to use the ring and pinion sets that are in these axles. We also cannot change the overall track width or wheelbase of this vehicle. We have to use the stock body, have to retain the cage, and there must be a driver in there still. Also, this has to stay as an SCX10 chassis base vehicle. So you can't just try and put this stuff into some sort of high-speed buggy chassis or something like that. And being that I'm playing with a Canadian, I expect him to fight fair. And we have also agreed to put a 4S battery limit on this build as well. And that's pretty much all we've really put on this as far as rules go. You know, I have done some modifications to this car from before when I did my little free upgrades video on the Deadbolt. So I've done a little bit of trimming on the body, some things like that, but that's really it. Other than that, it's bone stock underneath. Nothing that I did from before should affect my baseline speed that this thing is going to put down here in a little bit when I take it outside, throw the GPS on it, and get the first top speed rating on it. Now, this truck is still brand new, never seen the power put to it really. I'm guessing just from my previous experiences that this thing's gonna maybe hit 10 or 12 miles per hour if I'm just completely guessing. You know, I've never really put a GPS on one of these to figure out what mine is going to do as far as distance or speed goes. My goal for this car though is to hit or exceed about 60 miles an hour. Now, that's not that fast in terms of a lot of RC cars and, you know, what you see on the side of a lot of boxes in the RC world. However, the SCX10-ii uses a, you know, high pinion style, high poid gear set. And I really think that that is going to be, you know, one of the limiting factors of this challenge. Those gears, they've got a lot of different types of forces on them than a normal RC gear set really has. They're not meant to see super high speed, you know, at this size, that is application. I really don't know how these gear sets are going to hold up to, you know, high power, high speed, high RPM, the whole deal. I'm looking forward to finding out though. And like I said before, we have to stay with this style of gear set. Probably we'll have to upgrade to a machined gear set before, you know, the end of this, but I have to stay with an AR44 style gear set. So I can't just take and throw, you know, even the old style SCX10 ring and pinion gear would probably be a better choice for overall speed. These gear sets also have a really high ratio at 3.75 to 1. So I'm really gonna have to spin that gear set at a high RPM to get the speed. My goal is to really keep a high rollout on the wheels and tires to try and keep the gear speeds as low as I can and achieve my goal. But again, I have to make sure that I maintain the stock track width. That's going to be a big factor. We cannot exceed that stock track width. I also have a feeling that aerodynamics are going to play a big part in this challenge as we go forward as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the overall style of this truck is going to be at the end of this series. The nice thing about this series is that with doing videos every Wednesday, Matt and I will get to see what each other has done the previous week and then either try and step it up or possibly use some of the tips that they did in the last video to then try and up our game. I think that the back and forth nature of that is really going to lend to some interesting results in these cars by the time they're done. As I mentioned, my speed goal for this truck is 60 miles an hour. You'll have to comment below what you think the ultimate top speed of this thing will actually be and whether I'll win or Matt will win. So now that we've covered all of the basics and rules of this series, let's take and throw a 3S battery in this because that's as high as the Axial AE5 ESC will accept, and take it outside and get a GPS base speed. Okay, I've got the car ready to go, batteries plugged in. I did switch out the receiver from the stock Tactic and threw in one of my Futaba receivers, so I've got that ready to go. For the baseline speed, I was basically just going to use an old cell phone of mine because I've got a GPS app on it and it'll do for now. I think Matt and I are both going to grab some GPS speed readers before too long, but for right now, both of us are actually going to be using our phones. However, I left my old phone at home, so I'm going to use my current iPhone zip tied inside of the cage to do this base speed run. Now, my old phone and this phone, exact same size, all that. However, I am going to be using the one that I currently use every day, which makes me a tad nervous, but I'm guessing at the top speed of this, I don't have all that much to worry about. So with that, going to take this thing outside and we're going to give it a run. That is almost kind of pathetic. All right, after our first baseline speed run, it shows a max speed of 5.8 miles per hour. It's about half what I was guessing that it did, but after then taking it back out there and driving it up and down the parking lot, I get it. That sounds about right. Not necessarily a speed that I realized was so slow until that was the actual point of what I was looking for. But 5.8 miles per hour is what mine read. Now, Matt and I are using the same speed tracker app. It is Speed Tracker. That's the app that we used. That is very slow. Very. I'm gonna go ahead and round it up to 6 just so that I can say that I would like to hit 10 times the stock speed. But guys, that is going to be the kickoff for this new series, and hopefully down the road, Matt and I can do a number more of these. The idea is that we'll come to an agreement on some sort of ridiculous challenge and take after it. This one, just the first idea that we came up with, and I think it's going to be an exciting one. So with that, guys, if you have any comments on the series, on the build, on the ideas, your ideas for a speed run, things like that, absolutely let us know. And if you want to take a brand new Deadbolt and ruin it right along with us, absolutely tag us in any post that you create. But with that, guys, that is going to do it for the intro video on the Dragbolt season. Make sure you check out the vlog updates on Friday and the regular update videos every Wednesday. So with that, guys, thanks for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Make sure and subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.